What's happening, YouTube? Dr. Boss here, once again with another deck profile. Sorry about not uploading very much. I got a lot of things going on with work and my family and life and whatnot jazz show. Hope you guys forgive me. And I'm coming at you with a deck profile of Iron Chains. Not a lot of people play Iron Chains or have no idea what they do, because the archetype consists of 4 monsters and 2 spells. Thanks, Konami, being my friend. But what Iron Chains do is they mill your opponent out and troll hard and whatnot. This is nowhere near a competitive deck or YCS worthy. This is basically like hang out with your friends, play this deck, or go to your locals and play people at your locals with this deck. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get on with the deck profile. Of course, the main card of the deck is your 3 Repairman. What he does is he special summons other Iron Chain monsters besides himself, which is kind of sad because it'd be super broken if he could revive himself. But he usually grabs Coil, which he is your level 3 tuner of the deck. That's kind of all the purpose he has. He has some effect where he increases the attack and defense of an Iron Chain. But you're not going to be attacking. You're basically going to stall out your opponent and whatnot and mill them out. Next we got 3 Snake. He's also basically in the deck for the purpose of he is an Iron Chain and he mills the opponent. His effect isn't as bad as the others. He decreases your opponent's monster by 800, and then if you run that monster over, they mill cards equal to that level. But you gotta be careful because it does not work with XYZs because they got rank. So you gotta be careful of that. But that is your 9 Iron Chain monsters. Next part of the deck, we run 3 Morphing Jar number 2. This is just super broken. You set him when your opponent has a filled, filled full of monsters. Flip him over, and then just watch your opponent's field be wiped out, and hopefully they mill a lot of spell and trap cards from their deck in the process. Then next we run 2 Needleworms. I really need to run 3, but I don't have 3 at the moment. If anybody watching this video in their trade binders have a spare Needleworm, PM me or leave a comment down below, and we'll get a trade, or I can buy it off you. It doesn't matter. Next we run 1 Penguin Soldier. He's basically in there to get rid of problematic monsters, return them to their hand, and you could also return him to your hand, so you can abuse him. Also, Morphing Jar number 2 is also in there to get a cycle going of your flip effect monsters. On your turn, flip him up, shuffle your monsters back in your deck, and hopefully you can keep spamming out Needleworm and Morphing Jar number 2. Basically, you just need these 2 guys to get the combo going, and just have constantly your opponent milling the top 5 cards off their deck. They get very angry when you do that. And last but not least, 2 Spirit Reapers. They're just in there to stall your opponent as long as possible and watch your opponent rage. Onto the spells, we run triple Poison Chain. The main spell of the deck gets your Iron Chain monsters, get their milling effects going. But you can't attack to use this, and that's what the main point is. You don't attack really very much in this deck anyway. Next, we run 2 Gravekeeper Servants. A lot of people don't know what this does. You have to mill the top card off your deck for your opponent to attack. They mill. I kind of said that confusingly. But late game, this just punishes your opponent, makes them not want to attack. Very good card late game. Next we run 2 Smashing Grounds. It's kind of there just to get rid of problematic monsters that keep running into you, and protect your Iron Chains as long as possible. Next we run Triple MST. Very good card. Just get rid of your opponent's spells and traps and just make them mad. That's basically all that is. 4, and of course we run the 1 Dark Hole. And our last spell card is Swords of Revealing Light. Probably the only deck you're ever going to see run Swords of Revealing Light, honestly. A lot of times this gets MST'd anyway. But yeah, just stall and troll your opponent. And some more trolley stall cards. 3 Wabaku, 3 Thunder of Ruler, and 3 Threatening Roar. 9 turns of stall right there. Make your opponent very mad. If you have like 2 Iron Chain monsters with a Poison Chain going, and then that's 2 cards a turn with 9 turns, you just wreck your opponent very hard. Then we also run 2 Magical Cylinders, also in here to troll your opponent. It's very funny to see them have a big beefy monster out, flip this over, and they take damage, and then they're like, oh man, is he playing Chain Burn? And you're like, nope, I'm playing Mill. Yeah, and also, basically, this is kind of another turn of stall. Yes, your opponent does attack, but you don't take damage, so... And then, last but not least, 1 Gravity Bind. Basically, the King Troll card in this deck screws all your opponent's monsters over, because we don't run anything higher than level 4. So we just have your opponent sit there in defense. But the one downside to this card, XYZ monsters get over this very easily because there are rank, not level. And so all your opponent has to do is go into a rank 4, exceed, and you're screwed. And last but not least, for our extra deck is 3 Iron Chain Dragons. This is all we really go into with our Iron Chain Coil and our Iron Chain Snake. Go into Iron Chain Dragon. This is our beat stick of the deck. He's only 25, not very big, but like I said, you're not going to be attacking with this deck. He's kind of in there just to stall your opponent out with a 25 attacker, and he's Iron Chain, so Poison Chain works with him as well. I don't have a side deck made for this deck, because like I said, it's not competitive at all. Don't really take it to YCS or anything, so there's really no reason to have a side deck or a 15 card extra deck. Just these 3 Iron Chain Dragons will do. Yep, so that's the deck, guys. If you have any questions on how things work or whatever, leave in the comments down below. And like, comment, subscribe always helps me out. And hopefully going to get a duel video very soon. So, yep, catch you guys later.